This one about to be a doozy, boy. When I tell y'all, your boy's getting cooked in the comments, man. Good God. uh, other day I left a review to the movie The Sinners, right? You know, I ain't like it, and pretty much said that in the video, and I gave a compelling argument, right? I was giving reasons as to why I didn't like it. You know, the video is still available if you want to see it. And with that, I assumed I knew people was gonna disagree just because the movie was so popular and the reviews of it have been outstanding. Right, that's what instigated my whole video. Was like, man, why is this movie so popping? And I knew it was gonna be a lot of pushback, whatever. Man, I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? It's good discourse. It's good conversations or whatnot. You know what I mean? And ordinarily I'm not surprised by anything on social media, bro. Period. You know what I mean? But when I tell y'all how peeps' feelings is hurt because your boy didn't like a movie, I'm saying they cooking your boy. All because little old me didn't like the movie, bruh. So that just gave me the idea of I want to read more comments with y'all. Yeah, I read a few, you know what I mean? And the ones I read, it's like I think that people are just triggered by the title and didn't even watch the video, bro. Cause it's like, bro, by the response in the comments, you would have thought that I said call black people. That's the type of energy everybody got in the comments, bro. Hey, you, everything you stand on, you ain't your white girl, you conservative ass Uncle Tom piece of bro, when I'm giving my opinion, like real valid reasons of why I didn't like the movie, bro. My goal of this video is to read some comments. I mean, it's about like 600 comments now, man. I don't know how many I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read for a few minutes here to see if I come across a actual compelling argument against my critique of the movie. Right, my actual critique of the movie. You know what I mean? Not the disrespect, not the ad hominem attacks. You know what I mean? I want to see if somebody can provide me a solid reason why they disagree with my actual points of the movie. And to summarize those points, right? I went in expecting a horror movie. A lot of people in the comments said, it's not a horror movie. Hey, if you check the damn movie, it says horror/adventure. It's a horror movie. It's vampires, right? That's what they're selling it as. If you see the preview, it looks like a horror movie. You know what I'm saying? And then, how their display of vampires was incorrect. There's holes in the script. And the plot. The plot was whack to me. You know what I'm saying? As far as all the meanings and the metaphors or whatnot, man, like I can appreciate the attempt. You know what I mean? But to literally to debunk anybody's point as far as me being this whole Uncle Thomas conservative, what else they call me, bootlicking ass, whatever, bro. Like, sole reason that Get Out is one of my favorite movies ever. It's like this debunks that whole attack on me. But you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Come with the territory, bro. Get Out is fire and it delivers the same message, more or less. But that was a actual fire ass horror suspense thriller type of film. Anyway, I'm just looking for an actual argument against the points I made for my critiques of the film. All right. I guess I'm gonna refresh them. Newest first. Here we go. You're so damn closed-minded that you didn't understand the movie. They explained why the KKK went back in the morning, but you weren't paying attention to what was being said because the main vampire said what was about to happen and why. Okay. You can say this movie is entertaining, but other than that, I don't want to hear any others praise for it. The difference between a movie like Get Out and this is Jordan Peele is actually a very intellectual director and writer and can write a deeper message and twist on black culture and racism. Ryan Coogler simply gets an all-black cast and begins to receive praise. He doesn't actually do anything other than teach racism is bad throughout his movies. Something I would assume everyone realizes at this point. Don't ever compare this trash, one dimensional movie to a movie like Get Out or Nope. This movie, Sinners, is a perfect example of why I'll never trust Rotten Tomatoes and people with a good moral compass, but lack of true understanding will praise any movie with black people nowadays. I wasn't expecting that. You watch Twilight, that is the gayest vampire movie ever. Give me your man card. I first thought the title was clickbait, but what is trash is your entire take. You deserve to get dragged for this one. Your political stance is so off base that you can't even appreciate a really good movie. Like, what does my political stance have to do with anything? Anyway, crazy how people unsubscribe because they think Stevie is an Uncle Tom for having his own opinion on some movie. Talking sideways about his girl and shit. This message might have gone over his head, but the divide in America is because people over there can't seem to get over the whole race thing. We all know there's differences in black and white culture, but come on, it's an opinion about a movie. We all are entitled to our own opinion regardless of heritage. This man support black culture every day by doing reaction videos of hip hop and breaking down the bars. This coon has the nerve to be on camera with a basic Becky while dissing a really good movie, shaking my damn head. Ninjas will never learn, even though there's 400 years of historical proof. Shannon Sharp 2.0, a coon, gonna be a coon. Black men have always been the weakest link in the black community. Enough said. Yeah, I don't know about this take, LOL. Coon alert. The visuals were great. The people were beautiful. Black culture is beautiful. And seeing a black man in a position where he has wealth and autonomy is always uplifting to see, but the actual story could have been better. I don't know how they were soldiers and gangsters and had time to make a baby. The baby dies in 7 years. It's 1932 when Smoke has combat experience. World War I already happened and World War II hadn't yet. It was entertaining nonetheless because black culture is always nice to watch. I prefer Native American, please. Yep, it's just y'all. That movie is great. Nosferatu 2024 is the best vampire movie ever made. I need to see that. I need to see that. The movie was good, just had a dark meaning behind it. The fact that the only thing black people can say is the acting was good, the costumes were good, the set design was good, shows zero intelligence. The story was garbage. And the white Irish vampires did not appropriate black culture because he was singing an Irish jig. Black folk did not grow up and stop demonizing white people to feel better about themselves. Such a silly people. Black Africans sold other Africans to white. Blame your ancestors. Oh, see, it's a whole. See, that was my whole point, bro. That was my whole point, dog. Like, I'm gonna get to it. Bro. I want to see somebody's argument against my points. I thought it was trash too. People are so quick to jump on the hype train. This man tripped out on the whole movie. What was woke about this movie? Y'all big influencers pushing that woke narrative way too much. You are correct. I believe it may be his crossover to signing a solo away. You have to understand whatever America is told they follow. But I couldn't agree more with you and your wife. Trash is a clean way of saying it. Just because he has a difference in opinion than any of you sure makes y'all come with personal attacks on him, man. Some sensitive ass people here that act like he's trashing you personally. I haven't seen it yet, but I have a feeling you gave an incredibly bad take on the movie. I've heard a few white people mildly complain about the prejudice in the film, but they usually say overall it's a great movie. Using Matt and tripping. He has to dislike the film to keep peace at home. Did he really say the big black girl what? So big bone black women can't be saviors? Wow. That was one of my arguments with the movie is that, the pretty white girl who initiated the whole problem, right? When the whole meaning behind the movie is this divisive tone, right? But they make an effort to have the pretty white girl who's involved with one of the twins. It's her, she initiated the whole problem by getting turned into a vampire. Really started the whole plot, right? And then you have, the black savior being the big black woman. Like, if the whole movie is about black empowerment and how beautiful it is, like, why would y'all make the contrast between that so glaring, bro? The pretty white girl, which caused all the problems, and then the big black girl, which is the savior, bro. I just think that's contradictory to the message behind the movie. But, that's just me. Call me a coon. And it isn't a horror story. Coogler just added those elements to emphasize that the black experience and our joy often comes from much trauma. It definitely says horror. Bro, if you don't like the movie, don't try to make other people not like the film. Talking about if you plan on seeing the movie, don't watch it. That sounds like some hating shit. You're an asshole clown at this point, dude. Of course you wouldn't like it. Sinners is a 9 out of 10 movie for me. My second favorite movie this year, so far behind Companion. But see, I haven't heard anybody say why, bro. Perhaps you should stick to hip hop and leave movie reviews alone. The movie is good, maybe a little overhyped, but definitely well made and has an amazing musical scores as well as tremendous acting. Bro, do better. Takes like this affect your brand. Did it hurt your? Did it hurt you seeing Michael B shooting those KKK guys? Some of you commenting are idiots. Stephen Lee openly said Twilight came off as gay and goofy and silly, but he likes it in a guilty pleasure type of way, but still appreciate that it's a vampire movie. He never said Twilight was a masterpiece because it's not. We all gotta get politic detox. It has fried this man's soul. Seek God. Gawk, glazing, guzzling milk of magnesia and five. This is very similar to when white people said that the Super Bowl halftime show was trash because they didn't get the message or didn't rock with the message. People do anything to be different. Stevie Knight, the reason why you think the movie Sinners is trash is because you have zero culture. I know you were trying to impress your white wife or girlfriend by throwing black people under the bus. You are trash. Oh my God, I hate you. Keep popping up in my YouTube algorithm. Seems as though you completely missed the religious, spiritual aspects of the film as well. Lost one. Wow, dude is sitting in the car with the white woman shitting on a movie about blacks that black people like. Coons are horrible. The comments did not vibe. The movie was too long, subpar shit. I read the comments. It was a decent movie, but y'all exaggerating a bit, saying so fire. I watched it with no expectations, no complaints, just a fun movie. But then again, I didn't hear any of the hype at all, so that helps. Reach out to Michael and talk about it. Black men can have different opinions. You absolutely lost me when describing the big fat black lady and the pretty white women. All you had to do was call them by names. There's everybody in their feelings. I could be wrong, but I felt the message was really about the dangers of assimilation. Bro, I have respect for you, but your opinion this was trash. The movie is damn near a masterpiece. Tell me why. Everybody disagreeing, not saying any facts. Everybody disagreeing, not saying any counter arguments tells me everything. I just seen it. I'm gonna keep it 100. The shit was absolute garbage. Everything he's saying is straight facts. Disappointing as a vampire flick or whatever the fuck it was trying to do. I don't think movie reviews is your thing. I'm with you, Stevie. Movie was hot trash. You're not a good storyteller. Sorry, the main character embodied one of the 7 deadly sins. The Asians siding with blacks when it comes to the money, believing and jeopardizing others. When he all this puzzle piece stuff, man. So I first saw you drop this 12 hours ago, and I didn't think much of it because you trashed the movie, and I always go by your advice. And as I love horror and vampire movies, well, I was talking to a couple of brothers who both saw Sinners. They saw it in Dolby Sound. They said that this music passes right through your soul, but what's notably is that they loved the movie and we're going to see it again. Stevie, I think you got to rewatch it in your eyes, exposing a lot of truths, like how music conjures spirits. All right, man. I can't do this all day. All right. Nobody said anything to counter my arguments. I'm sure I'm going to post this again, bro. I'm not going to go through all these 600 comments. But no one has argued any of my points, bro. Right? And I mean, really, these comments weren't as bad as the ones I read yesterday. Let me see top comments. Hold on. So it's woke to depict 1930s Mississippi as racist. A motherfucker offended by reality. Okay, so maybe these are the good ones. I know this click rage bait, but I can't resist. If you want to argue it's overhyped, that's one thing, but the calling it trash is crazy. The problem was you let your political mind get in the way of just watching a movie. You say some real stupid ass anti-woke takes, but this got to be up there with the dumbest. When you say I'm a horror movie fan and your examples include Twilight, of course you're not going to like a movie that is smarter than your usual things you like. It's your opinion and it's valid, but this is a great movie. Bro, I was using Twilight because I didn't like Twilight initially because the vampire movie was whack. I didn't understand the hype. It's like I didn't understand hype about this one, but then realizing what it was about, I could appreciate what they were trying to do. Right? Missed the whole point, but anyway. Probably shouldn't do movie reviews. Can't take your opinion seriously anymore. I was in the audience that clapped afterwards. You don't understand racism, white supremacy, what it is and how it works. Everything you think you understand will only confuse you. If anyone were to call this trash, I would have predicted it'd be them. Oh, all right. Anyway, yesterday when I was in the comments, bro, they was going crazy. Like, they was giving me the business, but I ain't about to fucking sit here and read for fucking hours. These comments weren't even that bad, man. But like I said, you can't even find any like arguments against my critiques of the film, and I gave objective critiques outside of my feelings about the message behind the movie, bro. But like I say, I fuck with Get Out, and Get Out delivers the same message, bro. I think messages like that are divisive in nature, hence the clap back to me in these comments, bro. That's the really glaring thing about this to me, is that this movie serves as a channel to be divisive, bro, because y'all go in the comments yourself. The ones I just read just now weren't that bad, but there was in the comments in there attacking me, you know, who I am as a person, calling me racist, calling me coon, attacking my girl, you know what I'm saying, talking about our relationship and shit, bro. And it's like, you know, once it gets to that point when I'm simply giving an opinion on the movie and I'm getting attacked personally, you lost the argument. If you can't debate what I'm saying with just objective or subjective facts or claims, you lost the argument when you attack me as a person. And that's a result of this movie being what it is. It's a divisive movie. So it's like, if you don't support this, then fuck you, you against black people. I can't be real. I can't give my opinion because it doesn't align with the cultural black opinion about this shit, bro. At this point, I still think the movie's fucking trash. The plot was terrible, bro. If I got to fucking sit here and connect the dots and all that, I don't want to sit here and be doing that shit, bro. You know what I mean? I got time for that. Like, making a movie like this and falling short of something like a Get Out, right? Like, they missed the mark for me, right? It fell short of what they were trying to do. But like, when you put movies out like this, where, you know, people are out here coming up with other reasons outside the actual plot to say why they enjoyed the movie, bro. I like the costumes. I like the music. I like it spoke to my soul. That's all that shit so subjective, bro. The fucking story is whack. No one talked about the story. The story is fucking trash. The main focus on this movie was to pander to the black community, bro. To focus on the black community, dog, and create that fucking divide so much to the point where I'm getting attacked for just giving my fucking opinion on this shit, bro. And that's what the fuck they want. When you can't even have a rational conversation about something like this, bro, that's the whole problem, bro. And that's why I'm always gonna speak up on it. You know what I'm saying? This is the fucking problem, dog. This is the fucking problem, bro. When you get that mad, you get that much in your emotions, but from a critique of a movie, this movie ain't got shit to do with y'all. Right? You don't know these fucking actors. You don't know Coogler. You don't know none of these motherfuckers, bro. Especially considering how the industry is and all the bullshit going on there. You don't know what the fuck these fools doing behind the scenes. But then to get in your feelings so much about some shit that really ain't got nothing to do with you, right? It's just another person's opinion on it, dog. Like, okay, I disagree. This is why I disagree. Why we can't do that? But nah, that's the whole point, is to keep certain types of black people conditioned to be this way, where they go on the offense and have this tunnel vision looking at the world a fucking certain way. But I'm the coon, you know. My politics is fucked up. I'm too conservative to appreciate the fucking movie. I mean, that's ass. That's ass, dog. Regardless of my philosophies and my political stances on shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll rock with a fucking dope ass movie, bro. Again, Get Out, fire. And if you say it's not fire, I'm not gonna get mad at you and call you a cracker or a coon or whatever the fuck because you don't rock with it, bro. It's like, it's just terrible, bro. It's just not a good look, dog. But that's what they want. That's what they want. That's called puppeteering. This movie is puppeteering. I mean, it's a puppet master. They got people in the fucking mouse maze and they telling you where to go and what to do and how to think. Like, if you press this button, watch them act like this. You show them this, watch them act like this, dog. And that's the shit I'm against, bro. And as soon as I saw this movie, I saw what they were doing with it, bro. It's divisive as shit. And then seeing what they were doing after the fact, bro, like, all right. But I'm saying, do what you do and you love it. Enjoy it, whatever the fuck, bro. But like, if you can't acknowledge the fact that you're getting way too emotional about a movie, right, to, you know, come at me or come at anybody for just having a difference in opinion, dog, bro, that's a conversation you need to have with yourself, bro. That's a fucking problem. That's a fucking problem, dog. But yeah, anyway, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm always with the smoke. I'm not even gonna say with the smoke, bro. I am with the smoke. I'm always with the smoke, bro. But I'm always down to have a conversation with anybody who's in disagreement with me about whatever, bro. That's one of the biggest problems with the world today, right? That we've been conditioned and brainwashed to look at the world a certain way, and if people don't agree with our perspectives and sentiments, they the fucking enemy. Fuck them. I ain't fucking with them, right? When I'd imagine there's a lot of people in here, and I was surprised to see that amount of pushback with my audience too, bro. Right? Because I feel like I got a lot of people here share my same perspective on a lot of things, bro. It's like it'd be an echo chamber in here at times. So see the drastic difference from this response was eye opening to me. So that made me feel good because I don't want to have an echo chamber. I want differing opinions, bro. But it just sucks to see when you have different opinions, the people that I want to be here to engage in conversations and have these types of differences occur. I want them to stay so we can talk about the things. But when you get the fuck on, that's the whole problem. That's one of the biggest problems in the world. It's always gonna create that fucking divide, which comes from movies like this. But yeah, I mean, it ain't gonna stop no show, bro. It ain't gonna stop no show, bro. That's one thing you can always count on me being is 100% authentic, 100% authentic all day, every day, bro. And it is what it is, dog. I mean, anyway, thoughts.